Alright, this is take two because I royally screwed up the first one. And I know, Anthony, you said I could recycle one of my old mythology intro videos, but I figured since my new headset was bamboozling me left and right, I figured this would be a good time to test my new headphones, and I'm glad I did because remember I said I royally screwed up the first one? Well, the nature of my royal screw upitude was that my headphones still weren't working, but hopefully I have remedied that. That being said, my name is Rich, and I will be your tour guide and pilot through this session of mythology of humanity's 131 mythology. So I figured best way to start this course is, well, you go over to start here, and this will take you through. There's a nice picture of like the Parthenon or the Pantheon. I don't think it's the original. I think it might be the recreation in Vegas or Memphis, but that's neither here nor there. I think it's always a good idea. My buddy got me in the habit of doing this, of starting everything out with a checklist. Everything's all organized in nice, one coherent, logical place, so you can just go through there, and it will keep you on track, keep you on pace, keep you headed in the right direction, and so you know what you're doing, what you have to do, all that type of good stuff. Boom, there we go. Welcome. Check that out at your leisure. I'm covering most of that welcome stuff in this video, so, hop in there, check it out. Here's what I know what you're all interested in, the syllabus. Again, there's the picture of the Parthenon/Pantheon. That's the name of our course right there. 8 weeks, so work's going to be a little bit intensive, but I'll guide you through it. Here's me, Dr. Richard Caputo. First lesson of the semester. You don't have to call me doctor. You can call me the operative word anything, almost anything you like. You can call me Rich. Darth always works for me. Lord, if you're feeling a little bit more formal, but Lord Vader, not Lord Disick. I don't like that guy. There's my phone number right there. Yes, that's a 631 area code, which means I am in the great plague-infested state of New York. So, in practical terms, other than the fact that I might become a zombie, and I'm torn. If there is a zombie apocalypse, part of me, I'd like to be a zombie. I think I'd make an awesome zombie. The other half, I watch a ton of like horror movies and like The Walking Dead before it went sideways and 28 Days Later. If anyone is good enough, is going to survive in a zombie apocalypse, it's going to be me. I mean, I teach the road in my other class, for Christ's sake. So, I'm torn. What practical terms, that means I'm 3 hours behind you guys. So if you email me at midnight your time, that's 3 o'clock for me. And I don't want to say I'm sleeping, but I'm probably knees deep, like, on like Sheik's playing a video game, smiting some Wookiees. So it might take me, just be aware that I'm 3 hours behind you guys. Course information, this is kind of what the required course description. If I was to give you my like from the heart course description, it would go something like, I love teaching this class. It's my all-time favorite class to teach. I love mythology. I fell in love with mythology. It's probably because when I was a little kid, my mom got sick of reading me The Cat in the Hat and stuff like that. She started reading me mythology, and I've always loved it. And if there's a big takeaway, I'm going to use that term a lot this semester in my feedback and stuff, big takeaway. Because I think there are, each thing, there's a certain thing I want you to take away. Would I love you to learn about ancient cultures? Yeah, absolutely. Would I love you to learn about ancient Greece, ancient Rome, the Norse? Yeah. But two things I'd love you guys to take away. One, how alive mythology is, how alive something 2,000 years ago still is today. That's one. And for my money, the biggest, most important takeaway is actually going to come at the end of the semester with something called the hero's journey. And this is my personal guarantee to you guys. If you go with me, if you go with this dog and pony show, you do your work, you show up to some online video sessions, you do what you got to do, I promise by the end of the semester, when we do something called the hero's journey, it is going to forever radically change and alter the way you watch TV shows, the way you watch movies, the way you read comics, the way you play video games. You're going to see things and be aware of things, connections you never saw, relationships similarities you never saw, and it's going to change your pop culture experience. So that is my solemn oath to you. 8-week schedule, and here's a breakdown of your grade. Like I said, if this was a real, actual interactive video, I'd go more into this, but this is kind of just like you said, 5 minutes, and I have literally just hit the 5-minute mark, but I am going to keep going because here are the things we will be covering this semester. Starting off, myth. What is myth? We were talking about myths, legends, and folklore because one of the, I don't want to say downside, but one of the, to quote Emperor Commodus from Gladiator, what vexes me terribly about mythology sometimes is it becomes a catch-all phrase, not only for myths, but for legends and folklore and occasionally fairy tales. And I get that. They seem similar. They sound similar. We've been programmed to think they're similar. But there are real, actual, substantial differences between them. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about. Mainly myth and legend and folklore. Folklore has become urban legend, but we'll talk about that. And fairy tales, because we're going to talk about how gory and grisly and nasty and violent they are. Zeus and creation myths. Why Zeus? Because there has been an explosion on Twitter and Instagram and the interweb of Zeus memes that focus on his, how shall I say this, lascivious and sexually adventurous lifestyle, which is totally true. As my old professor used to say, even the crack of dawn wasn't safe around that guy. Oh, I promise that won't go in the real video, so back, I promise. And creation myths, because, well, we got to start somewhere, and I guess you're going to start at creation. But also, it's become a pet fascination of mine since I've started teaching this class, this whole idea of chaos. Every once in a while, myths and real actual science overlap. And curiously, one of the ways they do that is chaos, because, this is a sneak preview, people are not cool with the idea of nothing. We are not okay with that. We don't like thinking of that. Quick experiment, think of absolutely nothing. You can't. It's hard to do. So we've hit the 7-minute mark, and I'm not even sure my damn microphone worked, so we're going to call it here and hope to God my microphone worked.